Steps in this morning. You know, so I've got the Today Special over there. I got my hairbrush over here, and I got you right there. By the way, speaking of moving out of here, if you want your Today's Special, Jared, I think you said over 5,000 of those already spoken for. Thank you, Leah.
Wow.
Over 6,000 gone. Okay, I'm telling you, men, women, this is the one-size-fits-all gift, and it's a forever, I call it a forever file just because, you know, they don't wear out. You're getting 2 of the manicure, and then you're also getting the pedicure. And again, that shine, honestly, that's your natural nail. It's insane. Wow. It's insane. Don't tell Nicole about this, then you know she'll never need another manicure ever again.
Well, I know she's had the hardened glass piece before. She saw it on TikTok, but she didn't pay $25.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
She paid a lot more than that. Wow.
You're right, though. It's like an internet sensation. Leah, thank you for grabbing that. She knew exactly what I was looking for. See, I try to ply my crew with cookies and food. So, see, that way when I'm a burden to them, then maybe they don't mind as much. So again, lighten the load for your manicurist or, you know, the girl at the salon, the person who's carrying the mail. One size fits all. Call back to get yours. The pink glitter and the gold glitter are the most popular, and they are also the most limited. Now, if you're channel surfing, we're doing all of our last minute shopping with my brother from another mother. His name is Joseph Harrison.
Hey, Shannon.
He's got more degrees.
I've got a couple.
Yeah, exactly.
It took me 6 years to get out of college.
It really did. Every time I saw him, because I've known Joe for over 20 years, I'm like, are you done with college yet? How about now? How about now? You done now? How about now? He kept getting degree after degree. So there's nothing about computers or electronics that he doesn't know. I know we were just talking about his telescope, and I'll let you know when that is sold out because it will sell out. But really, the DNA or the OG of Mr. Harrison is computers.
It is.
And when we talk about the DNA of computers, it's really Lenovo. And I think maybe the best way to describe this is, I always say kind of the guy behind the guy behind the guy. I mean, really the leaders, I mean, in computers, this is across the planet. They are #1, correct?
They offer more computers. They sell more computers than anybody else. Now, Lenovo is the consumer version of the company. IBM is the professional version of the company.
Oh, so, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the same company, and together they sell more computers than anybody else on the planet. And this is their all-in-one. And out of all the computers I've sold, Shannon, this is actually a big deal for me tonight because this is the first computer I've ever had that has had 6 cores. I don't even know what they call it. Like normally they call single core for 1 core, and they have dual core for 2 cores. Then we talk about quad core, that's been around for a while. At one point we even had triple core, and then this is the first time that we've ever had 6 cores in a computer.
I thought it was something, but I wouldn't want to say it on TV.
I know, I don't want to say what it could potentially be in case I've got it wrong. However, why is the cores so important to you? Well, the cores are like the brain or the engine to the...
I don't know.
I don't know either what they officially call it. I've never had it
Pay no attention to me. Listen to the guy who knows stuff.
So as you see, I've got everything up and running on the screen. It is very fast and very quick because I've got 6 cores. Now these all represent the different cores that are on the system itself. Every one of these boxes, that's a core running. So imagine if you went to the grocery store, you were the only person shopping, how long would it take you to get through that list? Well, now you have rows and rows of cores, just like you'd have rows and rows of people to be able to get everything for you.
Just because I can't assume that you know Joe, so I know I did my introduction. First of all, Lenovo, again, #1 name in computers. Yes, you think IBM and Lenovo. Lenovo's the consumer version of that. We have only, I'd love for you to see the quantity left, because I think we only have like 200 or 250 of these. Wow. So this is a very specialized, I would say more of like a niche computer. Now, what's funny about this, I'm gonna stand behind this, and I'll be careful to not plug anything, unplug anything for Sierra, but this is your computer.
That's it.
So just to be clear, this is your computer. It's almost like the world's largest, like, tablet, you know, on a stand, you know, or screen on a stand, wherever you put it. And then you're also getting the wireless keyboard and the wireless mouse.
Exactly.
Here's that little pop-up camera. This you can just pop it down for security.
Well, yeah, because there are creepy people that put a virus on there, and now you can just pop it down when you're not using it and pop it up. You know the camera's on. And you also see there's a flash on there and a microphone. Oh, so nice. Even in low light situations, it's great.
That's dynamite. And then 2 other things I'd like to remind you of. Again, the telescope you'll probably see in the corner of your screen just because because we now have, I think, just a little over 300 of those. But also, if you're getting this, and now I'll have Joe go through what we call the techs and specs, ask about PC Mover. I think Jared Marty added that to the show. As we go through the presentation, I believe PC Mover might have been added as a late-breaking opportunity for you to move what you have to your new computer.
Definitely recommend
So
that.
now let's talk about when is a desktop not really a desktop. I mean, yeah, technically it sits on your desk, but you can put it on a bedside table.
Right.
This is like the get-her-done computer. So this would be like one of those big systems that say, if somebody did a lot of video editing, or you want something that's easier on your eyes when you're watching cat videos, or
sure.
watching your films. Why do I want this, Joe, for somebody who's saying, well, I got a tablet, I got a laptop, I got all this. Why do I want this type or style of computer?
Well, the all-in-one has been one of the hottest categories lately because for so many years, we end up buying this screen. And this is the most popular screen size that's out there in America, is a 15-inch display. Now, this is the most common because that's what you normally get in a laptop. So many of us went from a desktop screen to a laptop, or you're even going smaller because you're using a tablet. And tablet screens are, the most popular one is a 7-inch size, so really even smaller than that. This is 1, 2, 3 times the size of a 15-inch display, so it just makes it easier on the eyes to be able to see everything without having to constantly pinch and zoom or scroll around when I go the full page on HSN. It's even so wide that you even have the white columns on the edge because you can truly see everything now edge to edge when you have that bigger, better screen. It's just so much easier. We all love having the bigger display, and this is the biggest that we've offered from Lenovo this year. The other one that we had was only a 20-inch. This is the 24-inch, so it is one of the biggest screens. However, it is also high definition, so it is stunning to be able to see how clear it is. So if you want to watch a movie with this, you can download Netflix or YouTube or Disney Plus and be able to watch your movie. So the screen itself is full HD. Down on the bottom, there's actually Harman speakers to make this a movie quality experience, and this also has an anti-glare screen. So even though we're on the bright studio lights, as I twist and turn this, you don't see the glare, you don't see the reflection, so now it's gonna be easier on your eyes, and that's just the screen technology that Lenovo has. But when you turn it to the side, that's all there is to your computer. It weighs just 15 pounds, and it's on the inside that gets so impressive.
So the drives, all that just is living inside
it's all right there, and there is literally just one cable. They have to plug this thing in on the back. That's it. Anywhere you have an outlet, you now can put your computer. And for years, we put our all-in-one right there on the kitchen countertop so our kids could do the homework, we could see what's going on. And because you have a bigger screen like this, you can do something cool where you snap it over to one side, and then you snap something over on the other side. And now you have 2 full 8.5 by 11-inch sheets of paper side by side, true multitasking. You couldn't do this on a 15-inch laptop because you just don't have the screen size.
You don't.
So now we've got the bigger screen. Now we've got the bigger processor because this has that desktop technology.
Let's go back to text and specs in a moment, but one quick thing, and it's fairly obvious, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because I've known Joe a long time. I'm sorry, Sarah, I'll put this back. We used to sell computers where it had a whole, remember, it was a map.
It was,
and it was
yes.
A whole tank. In fact, I don't think we even have them, backstage anymore.
We got rid of that desktop,
and we were so proud of it. The green cable goes in the green little pluggy thing.
On average, 12 cables, Shannon, is what we used to connect.
Really? It was 12 cables. This is your computer hookup. They're freaking out that I'm showing you this. So you know what? They think people don't plug things in. Hide the cord. Because I know you don't have cords in real life.
Somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's powered by imagination and sarcasm. And so all you do is plug it in. So you plug it in. So basically, now I'll hide the cord for everybody who's freaking out. And I'm going into shift reports as we speak. So the cord is now hidden. I didn't cover it up enough.
Where'd Shannon go? Okay. I turned around and Shannon's gone. Did you unplug? Oh,
the cord police. I did okay, didn't I?
That looks great.
Okay, see? All right, now let's get back to text and specs. Only 200 of these to go around. So this time of night, you got to keep the crew entertained, folks.
Well,
maybe that's why they took me off launches.
No, it's more fun to have you at the different hours of the day.
They're like, she don't focus. It's hard enough to get her to focus earlier. Okay.
So the other thing is the hard drive space, the hard drive technology that is built into this, and that's what really matters. This is also, when you typically buy a desktop computer, it has a traditional hard drive that has a motor that spins about 5,000 times a minute. You hear it, like you turn it on, and it sounds like something's revving up, something is going to take off on there. It generates a tremendous amount of heat. Well, this is all solid state technology. That's what that SSD stands for. Because it's solid state, there's no fan, there's no motor, there's no moving parts. It is whisper quiet.
How does it work then? I know this is like a stupid question.
It's like a larger memory card that you put in your computer. Like it literally is about 2 inches long, but it is as flat as those memory cards you put into your system. So there's so many advantages to it. The biggest thing you're going to notice is that it boots up faster, it gets online faster. When you're flipping through photos or accessing your documents, it happens immediately because you're not waiting for that hard drive to spin 5,000 times in a minute. And it's also whisper quiet. You won't feel any heat off this at all. It used to be that when we had solid state, it was very difficult to be able to do at the lower prices. There was such a big premium, but now it's starting to level out. So as I go from picture to picture to picture, like it doesn't matter, it instantly pops up and they instantly load because you have that solid state hard drive. That is a big deal to be able to get that in here. The other piece is that you also have 8 gigabytes worth of memory. Now, Microsoft recommends for 2022 that you get 2 gigabytes worth of RAM. We're giving you 8 gigabytes worth of RAM, and this is important because it's kind of like the working desk size of your computer. Now, when you were smaller, when you were younger, you had a small desk because you weren't really doing much, but as you got older, the bigger the desk, the easier it is to do things. Same thing with your computer. If you have one app open, okay, it's not too bad, but then a lot of us have a couple things up and running at the same time, and then it causes a lot of delay. Here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 programs, 9 programs running at the same time, no hourglass, no hesitation, because of the processor, because of the hard drive, and also because of the RAM. And even when I show you over here the system specs right now, it is just moving through. It's not even peaking at the top, because the specs are really that strong. So if you're worried, am I buying a computer today and when do I have to replace it? This is one of those computers that you buy today, 23, 24, 25, 26, you are still enjoying it because you bought really premium technology.
You did. Hey, a couple of just quick updates, and then I'm going to go back to some text and specs questions. I love it when Joe is here because, first of all, you can't stump Joe. You know, I mean, when I say no, there's really nothing about computers he doesn't know. And actually, I learned a lot about computers in terms of what I digest and regurgitate on the air from Joe. But the big thing that you don't even have to know about is, first of all, we can save you another $20 if you apply and buy. That's our promotion going on our HSN card. So apply and buy, and then you can take $20 off. If you have an HSN card or a Q card or a Zulily card, we're also doing something called VIP financing. On this one, it happens to be 18 months, which I gotta be honest, is I'm surprised that it's not 12 months, because that makes it like $34 and change a month. So those basically become flex pays. We're also doing free shipping and a money back return policy until the end of January.
Wow.
And that's one of the reasons I was showing that cord, and I always make it a big deal out of it, but you get it out of box experience, you plug it in. One thing, and this is how I'm gonna quiz Joe, there are a couple of things. So we'll talk about PC Mover in a moment, because I'm like, oh, how to get my stuff into this cool little sleek thing. But I wanna go back to that processor for a moment. So I personally, I've toured the AMD factory. I think it's just, you know, that's my brand.
Yeah,
that's my
AMD,
jam.
yeah.
I love AMD, because basically when we talk, and you, well, because let's be honest, because they're like a gaming, I was gonna say, they're like a gaming company when it comes to visuals, et cetera. This, I don't know, could you call this almost a gaming computer?
Oh,
in
absolutely,
a way? Could you really?
Well, between the upgraded video card, so this has the AMD Ryzen processor.
Okay.
So AMD, just like every other thing, there's a good, better, best. The Ryzen is their entry level of the premium. Then they have a Ryzen 3, which is that next step up. Then they have a Ryzen 5, that's their top of the line. This is that Ryzen 5 processor. So if you want to be able to handle gameplay, it can handle it with no problems whatsoever. I'll go full screen on my video game for a second, and there's no delay. See how fast that pops up? It's instant because of the processor and because of the video card that's on the inside. Now this is a big deal because there's about 2 million dots that are on the screen that are refreshing themselves about 40 times a second. You can't even see it, But if you notice there was a delay, you would instantly be able to see because it's not that smooth transition. However, because this has that upgraded technology, it's not an issue at all. Now, I know you might not necessarily be a gamer. However, have you ever tried watching Netflix or Disney Plus and you get through 5 minutes, then all of a sudden it starts spinning and it's buffering?
Oh, yeah.
It's because it can't handle. It doesn't have the processing power to refresh the screen to give you that movie quality experience. This one now does. So if you're using this for entertainment, no problem, you've got it. And then even on the back, as we're talking about entertainment, even on the backside, we give you a bunch of extra ports.
I was just going to ask about the ports. Oh, that's funny.
There's a lot of different things to connect. Now you have 2 USB ports on one side, you have 2 on the other, and you will use one of the USB ports as for the wireless dongle. Right. So you can have 3 of them that you have access to, but you see there's an HDMI. Now this is actually an HDMI input. So Shannon, if you want to use this as a TV, you can plug your cable box in here, you can plug your satellite box, you can plug your Xbox in here, and you are now playing and watching in one of the best screens that we've had. Because this has that no glare screen, even as I twist and turn it around the studio lights, you don't see the glare at all. And it doesn't, like even sometimes when you move to the side from your TV, you can't see what's on the screen. Look, as I twist and turn it, it looks just as good as if I was right in the middle. So this now becomes premium TV quality that you're getting. And then I'm going to switch over to my xylophone. Because this has Harman Kardon sounds.
Oh, does it really?
It does. It has 2 speakers that are on there, so incredible sound. I brought this up just to show you the primary colors, how they pop off the screen, almost 3D. But as you start listening to the sound, it plays the highs, the lows, and the mids because it has Harman Kardon speakers. I've never had that on a Lenovo. This is the first time. So a lot of great firsts in this computer. The first time we've had the big screen, first time we've had 6 brains or 6 cores, and now the first time we've had the Harman Kardon sound. So as you just keep listing the things, Shannon, everything is premium about this.
You know what, and the thing is, and this might not be a fair thing to say, but this is kind of like the insider's computer. You know, we wait and dream of getting Lenovo's on the air. And I'm not putting shame in anybody's game, but the truth is there are certain brands that they're considered what I would say elite status or elite in class. And that's what Lenovo is. It is an elite in class computer brand that I say they're the guy behind the guy behind the guy. They're kind of like what other computers wish they were when they grew up, if only because they are really known not only for their innovations in terms of overall computer design, but more often than not, they give you performance that even if you're just comparing apples to apples or oranges to oranges, that the other guys just can't compete with, to be perfectly honest with you. And the fact that we're doing it in this unique platform and profile for this price is really, like Ron Burgundy would say, kind of a big deal. I mean, because we have only had Lenovo on the air like a couple of years, and then it's a handful of times.
That's it. Yeah,
because they're hard, because again, would you correct me if I'm wrong, they're considered like the elite status computer, would you say?
Very much. I mean, they're the #1 manufacturer on the planet for computers. They don't offer very many discounts.
Right.
So when you typically see them here, it is at a discounted price, and that is something they don't like to do. However, they do it just for HSN because, you know, we sell more computers than really any other store.
And that's probably why they don't give us very many very often.
It is very true. However, so when you see it, you definitely want to grab one. This also has Windows 11, so when you start seeing the brands that are behind your experience, it's Lenovo, #1 in the world. It's AMD, which is all designed about power, but it's also Windows 11, giving you that new experience. So what they've done is they took a lot of great things about Windows 10, they made it even better. I love the themes. They have daytime and nighttime themes on there as well. You can split the screens up into 6 different ways for true multitasking, and on a bigger screen like this, you're going to be doing that a lot. It also automatically adapts to the things that you're using the most, whether it's the new chat feature that you can do with anybody that has a Windows system. Maybe you're getting online a lot. All those icons on the bottom, they automatically adapt to what you're doing, creates like your own little speed dial like for your computer. This also qualifies for the Xbox gaming experience. So it has all the hardware needed to be able to play your Xbox quality games. And I'll explain it real quick. If you have an Xbox in your house, you can actually log in on the Xbox Game Pass on your Lenovo, and now those games can be played right here on the screen with your Xbox in another room. It is incredible how smooth that transition is now, be able to play it on here, but it's all because it has that advanced hardware. But the other thing we showed you is how you can split the screens up quite a bit. a lot of us get frustrated, especially like we bought an all-in-one for my kids.
Yeah.
So they're able to do their homework and be able to get things done better. Because with this one, imagine if you had a 15-inch display. I've got the NASA website up over here. I've got my Word document over here. If I had a 15-inch display and it was a tiny display, I'd be doing one of these things where I'm coming over here, I'm surfing online, then I'm coming over here and I'm writing up the document. But now with this, you can actually snap it over to one side, and then you can snap it over to the other. And now I got a full 8.5 by 11-inch page on one side, and then I've got another
Need that for your telescope, Joe.
Exactly, for the telescope. We're actually looking at the moon right there. This was Orion. Just NASA released this photo 2 days ago, showing the craters of the moon. With that telescope that you had, that we just talked about earlier, you can see those craters as well, because we're now getting 135 times closer with that telescope that's on the side. And by the way, NASA took a picture of this. Yeah. You can take a picture with your telescope.
You can.
We have a cell phone adapter.
Hey, Jared, I think you said only 300 of those on the telescope. Oh, actually, don't say I didn't warn you. There's no way there's going to have another airing of that. We have fewer than 300 of those telescopes.
Wow.
So if you were trying to get through, you know what I might even do? I might even walk over there at the end of the show or so, and maybe show it, just because I know there won't be enough remaining for Joe to do a full airing. So I know I would feel bad if I thought, oh, well, I'll watch it on the next show, but no.
There's not going to be a next show.
Yeah, there's not. So hopefully you can call to get yours. Right now, though, hopefully you can call to get yours when it comes to Lenovo. They are the name or the brand they're the discerning brand. They are the elite couture brand. It's like the couture computer. And that's one of the reasons that we just don't do them very often. And when they do, that's one of the reasons you don't see a retail value is Lenovo doesn't discount their products. So we kind of have to sneak it in under the radar when they build these specialty SKUs for us. Hey, one other thing I want to talk about though, and then I'm going to have Joe in the final 5 minutes give you a kind of what I call the highlight reel, the top features. Real quickly, if you want to move whatever you got from your old computer to your new computer, that's why I'm glad you showed those ports. PC Mover, how do I need it? What does it do?
Definitely recommend. Well, it's the only transfer software that's actually recommended by Microsoft. So what you do is you load the software on your old computer, then you load it on the new one, and it transfers the information using the Wi-Fi that is in your home.
Using the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and it's actually faster than plugging it in. Plugging in, it used to be fast until about 5 years ago. Now these computers with the latest Wi-Fi, it's so much faster. So what you can do is you can bring over your photos, you can bring over your documents, you can bring over every file if you want to. It will take about 8 to 12 hours depending on how much data you're doing. So set it up overnight, let it run its course, and it'll transfer all that data. It's also exclusive for HSN that it works on 3 of your old computers to transfer to the new. There's also a dedicated phone number, so if you have any questions, but it's been a fantastic product here for the last 7 or 8 years, and it's the only transfer software recommended for Microsoft. So Shannon, I know a lot of us, we get frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, I like my old computer, has all my old stuff. Well, now we can easily transfer all that information.
Well, and remember, this has VIP financing. You use that HSN card, Zulily card, Q card, you're looking at $34 and change. Okay, we've only got about 3 minutes remaining. 200, I think only like 200 of these. You want to do the highlight reel?
There's one more thing.
Oh, one more
we
thing?
still got to go.
Okay.
Because we still even have extra software that's bundling with it as well. So many extra great titles. There's educational, there's productivity, there's lifestyle software. It's all that premium software that's included with it as well. I love the bigger brains because it's designed, to keep your brain a little sharp. Nice. And then it also has Pandora music, so you can listen to those Harman Kardon sound, the speakers that are on there, some great software. Don't throw that away. You will enjoy that in the end, and that is exclusive right here to HSN. But whether you're watching a movie, whether you're doing some research, whether you're surfing online, or whether you're playing a video game, this has the technology that we've never offered before. It's called the AMD Ryzen 5. It doesn't have one brain, it actually has 6 brains. We've never had that before. That is a big deal. We're also giving you 4 times the memory that Microsoft recommends, 8 gigabytes worth of RAM. The more RAM you have, the more things you can do on your computer at the same time without any hourglass. That's really giving you future-proof technology that you can now grow into. Plus, you also, when you think about the RAM, here's the working desk. Most computers only have 4 gigabytes worth of memory. You can see see you have a small desk. It gets jammed up once you start opening up a couple of programs. With 8 gigabytes of the RAM, the bigger desk, do more things, no more delay, no more hourglass. You will love just having that extra bit of space to your computer. The other new technology you're gonna love is having a solid-state hard drive. Most computers have this 1.5-inch thick hard drive that has a fan, that has a motor, that spins about 5,000 times a minute. Well, it causes a lot of delay, causes a lot of heat. This is a solid-state hard drive with no moving parts that you can now store 2,000 hours, high-definition video, over 120,000 of your favorite photos, or if you want to get